Have you ever wanted to see a man completely lose himself in you, to feel his hands gripping you tighter, his voice breaking into those raw, unfiltered sounds of pleasure he can't hold back, his eyes half closed, but still locked on you like you're the only thing that exists in his world? That moment when his body betrays him, when every ounce of control he thought he had slips away because of you. See, here's the truth. Men might like to act like they're in control. They like to carry themselves with strength, with power, with that masculine presence. But behind closed doors, there are moments when that power crumbles in the best way possible. And that's when you know you've got him hooked, not just physically, but emotionally. Now, let me be clear, this isn't about acrobatics or trying to copy some movie scene. It's not about performing in bed or doing something wild just for shock value. The truth is, a man doesn't lose control because you're doing something outrageous. He loses control because of how you make him feel in the moment. The way your body moves with his, the way you hold his gaze, the way you tease him with your rhythm and your energy, that's what sends him over the edge. And here's the secret. You don't have to be the most experienced person in the world to make this happen. You don't have to be a gymnast. You don't have to have watched hours of tutorials, and you definitely don't have to act like anyone but yourself. What you do need is confidence, presence, and the ability to turn the simplest moves into the most intoxicating experiences. Imagine this, you're so in sync with him that every slow movement feels like fire, every pause feels like torture, and every whisper feels like a spark running down his spine. That's when he starts to lose it. That's when he realizes this isn't just sex. This is connection. This is intimacy. This is the kind of experience that makes him crave you even when you're not around. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 sex positions that make a man lose complete control, not just because of the position itself, but because of the energy you bring into it. These are positions where you'll see him surrender, where his body and mind won't be able to keep up with the pleasure you're giving him. So if you're ready to make him melt in your arms, let's dive in. Imagine this, the lights are dim, the music is low, and it's just the two of you in a rhythm that feels like it was made only for your bodies. The slow grind isn't about speed. It isn't about rushing to the finish line. It's about teasing, building, and creating waves of pleasure that make him lose every ounce of control. This is the position that drives a man wild, not because it's complicated, but because it's intimate in a way that hits him both physically and emotionally. Men are used to intensity, to movement, to action. But when you flip the script and slow it all down, when you deliberately pull back instead of rushing forward, you create an unbearable kind of anticipation. Every single second feels stretched out. Every movement lingers longer than he expects. And that's what makes it impossible for him to handle. He starts craving more with every slow motion because it forces him to focus on you. Your body, your eyes, your breathing, the way you control the moment. And here's the magic: the slow grind makes you the center of his universe in that moment. You're not just moving, you're taking your time, you're savoring him, you're showing him that you're not desperate for release, you're in control of the pace. That confidence is intoxicating. It makes him feel like you could drive him to the edge with nothing but patience and presence. And trust me, men lose their minds when they realize they can't rush you, when they can't dictate the speed, when they're forced to surrender to your rhythm. Picture how powerful this feels for him. He's lying there, every nerve in his body screaming for more, but you keep it slow. You tilt your hips just slightly. You lock eyes with him. You give him that playful smile that says, I know exactly what I'm doing to you right now. That teasing energy is what makes his breathing change. His hands grab tighter, his control slip completely. Because he's not just experiencing pleasure, he's experiencing the slow burn of desire that keeps climbing higher and higher. And what makes the slow grind even more irresistible is the intimacy. Your faces are close. He can see you, touch you, kiss you. He can feel your body pressed against his in a way that makes it impossible for him to disconnect. This isn't just physical friction. This is closeness, heat, vulnerability. You're not hiding anything from him. You're letting him feel all of you in the most deliberate, sensual way possible. That kind of intimacy doesn't just make him lose control in the moment. It makes him obsessed with the memory long after it's over. You see, anyone can go fast. Anyone can chase intensity. But it takes a confident woman to slow down, to tease, to draw out every ounce of sensation until he's begging for more. That's what separates an experience he forgets tomorrow from one that he replays in his head for weeks. Because in that slow grind, You're not just his lover, you're his fantasy, his addiction, his undoing. Think of it like this: the slow grind is where sex turns into seduction. It's where your body becomes an art form, where every roll of your hips, every pause, every change in rhythm becomes part of a story you're telling together. And when you do it with confidence, when you let him see how much you're enjoying making him lose control, it becomes a loop of energy that he can't break free from. The more you enjoy yourself, the more he loses himself. The more you tease, the more he unravels. This is the secret so many women overlook. Men don't just want intensity. They want to feel overwhelmed by the way you love them, by the way you move, by the way you take charge of the moment. And the slow grind is one of the most powerful ways to do that. It's not just about the physical, it's about the eye contact, the teasing smile, the rhythm that builds like of a wave crashing over him again and again until he has no choice but to give in completely. So if you really want to make him lose control, if you want to see that side of him that no one else gets to see, the vulnerable, desperate, addicted side, master the slow grind. Take your time, own the rhythm, let him know without a single word that you are in control of his pleasure. And when he finally breaks, when he finally can't hold back anymore, you'll know you've given him something far more powerful than just physical release. You've given him an experience that bonds him to you, that makes him crave you, that makes him think, no one else could ever make me feel this way. That's the power of the slow grind. It's simple, it's sensual, and it's unforgettable. Imagine this: your bodies pressed together so tightly that there's no space left between you. His chest against yours, your legs intertwined, your lips so close you can feel his breath on your mouth. This isn't wild or acrobatic. This isn't about being showy. This is about connection, about closeness, about giving him an intimacy so deep that it makes him lose his grip on everything else in the world. This is what I call the deep embrace. Now, let me tell you why this drives men insane. Most of the time, sex is physical. It's about movement. It's about positions. It's about sensation. And sure, that's good. It feels amazing. But when you add closeness, when you wrap your body around his and pull him into you like you're never going to let go, suddenly the physical becomes emotional. It's no longer just about pleasure. It's about being completely consumed by each other. That's the moment when he doesn't just feel you on his skin, he feels you in his chest, in his heart, in his mind. That's what makes him lose control. Men aren't used to that level of intimacy. They don't often get to experience sex where it feels like their whole soul is being held, not just their body. So when you give him that, when you let him feel your warmth, your softness, your arms pulling him closer and closer, it awakens something deeper in him. It tells him, you're safe here. You can let go. You don't need to be the strong one right now because I've got you. And when a man feels that combination of desire and safety in the same moment, his control disappears completely. Picture it, your lips near his ear, they're whispering words that make his body tremble. Maybe you tell him how much you want him. Maybe you breathe out a soft moan that lets him know exactly how good he's making you feel. That sound alone will send shivers through his body. Because it's not just noise, it's vulnerability, it's truth, it's you giving yourself to him completely. That deep embrace is a cocoon of intimacy where nothing else exists but the two of you. And here's the beauty of it in this position: you're face to face. He can look into your eyes. He can kiss you deeply. He can feel the little shifts in your breathing, the way your body reacts to his touch. Those small details drive him crazier than anything else, because they remind him that this isn't casual, this isn't detached, this is real. When a man feels real intimacy in the middle of sex, it doesn't just turn him on, it breaks him down. He can't keep his walls up, he can't hide behind control, he can't pretend to be detached. He's exposed and he loves it. Now here's a secret: the deep embrace works not because of what's happening physically, but because of what you add to it. The whispers, the soft moans, the playful bites, the way you stroke the back of his neck or run your hands through his hair, these little touches are what make him feel completely consumed by you. They make him feel like you're not just there with him. You're wrapping your whole self around him, body and soul. That's what makes him lose control. Think about the power of that. Every other woman might focus on being impressive, on looking perfect, on trying to keep up a performance. But you give him intimacy. You pull him into you like he belongs there. You make him feel like he's home. That's unforgettable. That's what makes him addicted to you, because pleasure fades, but the memory of being wanted so deeply, of being held so tightly, of being kissed with so much passion, that sticks in his heart forever. And don't underestimate the role of eye contact here. When you're in this position, look at him, hold his gaze, let him see the desire in your eyes, let him feel how much you're into him. That silent connection says more than words ever could. It tells him, right now, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. And trust me, when he sees that in your eyes, he won't be able to hold back. That's the kind of intimacy that makes a man surrender himself completely. So many women think men only lose control when things get wild or fast. But the truth is, it's often in the quiet, slow, deeply intimate moments where they completely unravel, because that's when they feel the weight of everything. Not just the physical pleasure, but the emotional connection, the vulnerability, the sense of being completely desired and accepted. That's what the deep embrace gives him. And once a man experiences that with you, he can never forget it. He can go out and be with other women. He can try to distract himself, but in the back of his mind, he'll always crave that closeness, that intensity, that feeling of being completely yours. That's why this position makes him lose control, not just in the moment, but long after it's over, because you didn't just touch his body, you touched his soul. Imagine this, he's lying there, completely captivated, and you climb on top with that slow, deliberate confidence that tells him you know exactly what you're doing. You don't rush, you don't hesitate, you look him in the eyes, maybe even tease him with a sly smile, and in that moment he realizes he's not the one in control anymore, you are. And nothing drives a man crazier than when a woman takes charge with complete confidence. This is what I call the confidence queen, because in this position, you are not just his lover, you are his fantasy, his leader, and his ultimate undoing. Men are so used to being the ones who set the pace, the ones who control the rhythm, the ones who dictate the flow. But when you flip that script, when you take over and make him surrender to your movements, it does something to him. It awakens a part of his desire that craves being conquered, even if he'd never admit it out loud. The truth is, every strong, confident man secretly loves the moment when a woman takes the reins, because it makes him feel chosen, desired, and completely powerless in the most intoxicating way. And here's where your power really shines. It's not just about the position itself, it's about how you own it. When you move with rhythm, when you take your time, when you grind against him with purpose, you're not just giving him pleasure, you're giving him a performance, a show he'll never forget. Your hair falling around your face, your body glowing with confidence, your hand sliding across his chest as if you own every inch of him. This is the kind of moment that imprints itself in his memory. It's not just sex, it's seduction in its purest form. Now imagine locking eyes with him as you ride. That look, that silent connection tells him more than words ever could. It says, I know what I'm doing to you. I can feel how much you want me. And I'm not stopping until I've completely broken down your control. That's the confidence that makes a man absolutely lose himself. It's not about moving the fastest or trying to be perfect. It's about presence. It's about the way you make him feel helpless beneath you, completely at your mercy, and yet utterly grateful for it. And here's something most women don't realize: men are incredibly turned on by your enjoyment. When he sees you confident, free, unashamed of your pleasure, it drives him wild. If you throw your head back, let out those sounds of pleasure, and show him how much you're enjoying the moment, he won't just feel turned on, he'll feel addicted, because nothing makes a man lose control faster than realizing that he's giving you that kind of ecstasy. Your pleasure becomes his obsession, and that's the secret power of the confidence queen. There's also something incredibly intimate about this position when you use it right. You can lean down, kiss him deeply, whisper in his ear. You can run your hands over his chest, tease his lips with yours, or simply keep eye contact as you move. It combines power with tenderness, dominance with romance, control with connection, and that balance is what makes it unforgettable. Because you're not just taking charge, you're letting him feel loved, desired, and consumed all at once. And let's not forget the tease. Part of being the confidence queen is knowing how to play with him. Maybe you change the rhythm, slow it down, pause for just a second to let him feel the ache of anticipation. Maybe you lean forward and whisper something naughty in his ear that makes him shiver. Maybe you give him that smile, the one that says, "You're mine right now, and I'm not letting go." Those little teases are what make him lose his mind, because they keep him guessing, keep him craving, keep him completely addicted to you in that moment. When you embody this energy, you become unforgettable to him. Because let's be honest, not every woman is willing to step into that role. Many women hold back. They hesitate. They worry about how they look. about whether they're doing it right. But when you step into your power, when you take control and show him that you're not afraid to lead, it sets you apart from everyone else. It tells him you're not just there to please him, you're there to own him. And that is an energy that no man can resist. The truth is, men might not admit it, but they secretly crave this. They crave a woman who's not afraid to flip the script, who's not afraid to make him surrender, who's not afraid to take what she wants. And when you give him that, when you let him see you confident, in control, and completely unafraid, he will lose control. His body will give in, his mind will fog over, and his heart will fall deeper into you because you've given him something more than just pleasure. You've given him an experience of feminine power, sensuality, and love all rolled into one. That's why the confidence queen is one of the most powerful positions. It's not just sex. It's a statement that says, I know my worth, I know what I bring. And right now, I'm going to make you lose yourself in me. And once he's experienced that, once he's surrendered himself to your rhythm and your confidence, he will never forget it. He'll crave it, he'll crave you, and that's when you know you've truly made him lose control. Think about everything we've just uncovered tonight. 3 positions, 3 ways to completely unravel a man. But did you notice something? It wasn't really about the positions at all. It wasn't about acrobatics. It wasn't about doing something you've never seen before. It was about you, about the way you own the moment, the way you bring confidence, connection, and sensual energy into every move.